Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Tom Spark Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about none other than the 5 and 14 eyes. Now, there are a lot of VPN websites out there, VPN channels, and VPN influencers who think that the 5 and 14 eyes is a written word of God. Now, even if you believe in God or not, I am of the opinion that the 5 and 14 eyes should have no influence on how you choose a VPN, and this video is going to explain to you why. But first of all, we need to define the 5, 9, and 14 eyes so you can understand what they mean to you. Essentially, the 5, 9, and 14 eyes is a collection of countries that are banded together in a kind of alliance to share intelligence from their intelligence agencies like the NSA or CIA. So the 5 eyes includes Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States. And the 9 eyes includes these same countries plus Denmark, France, Netherlands, and Norway, while the 14 eyes includes all of the above plus Germany, Belgium, Italy, Spain, and Sweden. So the basic concept here is that these countries within the different alliances share data with one another through their spy agencies. Now, how exactly does that relate to the VPN? Well, the main concern is that if you're using a VPN based in one of the countries, basically anything that you do on the VPN can be beholden to the spy agencies, and all your data is pretty much given away. And one example everyone loves to bring up about the 5 and 14 eyes and why it's so important to consider jurisdiction for your VPN is by mentioning an encrypted email service that was activated or being used in 2013 and 14. Now, I'm not sure exactly why, or actually I do know why, is because there's not really any other good case of why jurisdiction matters for a VPN. This is just one case about an encrypted email, which in my opinion isn't really that relevant since it's not even about VPN technology. But at the time, this company, LavaBit, came under inspection from the NSA since apparently Snowden was using it. Now, LavaBit didn't really want to give any information up to the NSA. Instead, they decided to shut down the company and not give any information about their customers. So this has never really been a good example pertaining to VPN and jurisdiction and how it relates to the 5 or 14 eyes in my opinion, since for number one, nothing actually came out of this since the owner shut down the company. Secondly, it is an email service, not a VPN company, and I think that VPN companies are different than email companies in that it's all about encryption, right? But it's not exactly the same thing. Even now, the owner of LavaBit has recreated it to be better using what is called dark internet mail environments and various other security protocols to make it up to date using end-to-end encryption and other techniques to pretty much make it impossible for any spy agency or anything like that to rip out information from it, regardless of where it's based. So now you can see why LavaBit isn't the best example of why 5 and 14 eyes is important to choosing your VPN. In fact, I can't really think of any other important thing that has happened that makes a good case for why jurisdiction matters for VPN. But actually, I could think of many reasons why it doesn't. Now, just because a VPN is based somewhere in the world doesn't mean it has any legal protection from spy agencies, because lots of VPN companies could actually be using shell companies. Now, lots of VPNs are registered in specific countries like Panama or the British Virgin Islands. And now, if you look at those on the map, you might be wondering, well, how can a company host everything there? How can it have its servers and infrastructure and all these things there? Well, at the end of the day, these kind of based and registrations are nothing more than marketing tools, because at the end of the day, everywhere in the world there is a powerful spy agency. And one thing that people don't consider is that when Edward Snowden leaked all the information about the NSA operating in the United States, it was more just a whistleblowing to show that the US was only one of many spy agencies around the world doing the exact same thing. He was talking about mass surveillance at a large global scale, not just from the US. So every country in the world was being monitored pretty much by the NSA and pretty much every other spy program as well. So not only does the USA have a powerful spy agency, but also elsewhere in the world, powerful spy agencies are active and working together. And not even working together, but working on their own. So the NSA actually has deep roots in Japan, which isn't part of the 5 or 14 eyes. Not only like that, but China has one of the world's most advanced spy agencies, and Russia has more trolls than you can even imagine. China and Russia and Japan or any other country that isn't in the 5 or 14 eyes doesn't necessarily mean that it is a good place to have your VPN. People think that Switzerland or any one of these other places can be good places for VPN because they are not beholden to the NSA. Well, I hate to break it to you, but these places also have very powerful spy agencies, and spy agencies work together under the table as well, even if there aren't alliances formed. Now, if you choose jurisdiction as a way to choose your VPN, you're actually going to be missing on the best VPNs out there, because Torguard, AirVPN, and Private VPN are all based within the 5 and 14 eyes. So if you use that as a method of picking your VPN, you're actually going to miss the very best VPNs on the planet. These VPNs are super cheap, very fast, and chock full of features like unblocking any streaming service out there. Most of the popular VPNs being used today by people, whether through just successful marketing or word of mouth, are NordVPN and ExpressVPN. These companies are extremely large, and the larger a company is, the more chances it has is that it becomes investigated by a spy agency. So if you want to be smart, you should use a VPN that's smaller and less likely to be approached by spy agencies. That's one reason why companies like PureVPN and IPVanish have been inspected in the past and given up logs and stuff on users, is because they are quite significantly very large VPNs, and that's how they came under scrutiny. One important thing to realize is that depending on where a VPN is based, it's not necessarily required or compelled to store data logs. In the US, there is no mandatory data retention policy, which means that if you are based in the US as a VPN, you are actually not required by law to store logs on your customers, and that's not always the case elsewhere in the world. VPN reviewers often push 5 and 14 eyes as a way to pick VPN just to sell high commission VPNs. If you look at any VPN reviewer who constantly mentions 5 and 14 eyes as a way to pick a VPN, I guarantee that 100% of the time, the VPNs they themselves are trying to sell to you have 100% commission rates, and these VPNs are going to make them a lot of money, but not necessarily be the best products for you. Now, no one can really tell if a VPN logs or not. Even if there is audits can easily be faked, and you can use companies that aren't really legit to make audits, and VPN can also audit significantly after the fact, after logs are purged or something like that. So at the end of the day, you can only trust a VPN's reputation, and if something sketchy has been going on, if there's a lot of bad press about a VPN, chances are it's not something that you really want to trust. Alright guys, so this video should be giving you some things to think about. If you see someone recommending a VPN based outside the 5 or 14 eyes, chances are it's going to be a high commission VPN that they're trying to sell you. Not only that, but they're not properly considering all the reasons why it doesn't matter, whether due to mandatory data logging that doesn't exist within the 5 or 14 eye countries. Anyways guys, thanks for checking out this video. My name is Tom Spark, and I'll see you again very soon.